What is up, everybody? My name is Brandon, and I'm coming back at you with a comfortable video. It's been a while since I've worked on a drum set video, so I figured I may as well get cozy on my day off here and record kind of a relaxed, just sort of a fun video that might have a little bit more fun editing in it as well.
What the hell are you
The topic that we're going to be looking at today is in regards to ornaments on the drum set. So what I mean by ornaments are any little fragments, small pieces, gestures on the drum set that you can use to where maybe a lot of people don't notice it. They should be subtle, but if somebody does notice it, maybe another drummer or just another experienced musician, they kind of look over when they hear you play and they say, this kid's got the stuff. To further preview what we're going to be working on today, let's take a look at somebody who maybe doesn't got the stuff. So perhaps you've seen it. Somebody who crams a whole bunch of extra notes into what they're playing, and just the way by which maybe all these extra notes are getting forced into what they're playing doesn't actually groove. The groove doesn't groove, right? But then again, perhaps not. Perhaps you are the person who plays like this, in which case, stick around, and today we're going to be exploring this topic and hopefully putting some good work into this and help you sound better as a drummer. So today I'm going to be cutting in and out of some playing examples, some maybe some extra helpful things on just the practice pad, if it's something related to the hands, for example. So yeah, let's just get into it. Here's the first ornament that we're going to be taking a look at today. I don't know where exactly I'm going to put it. An easy way to think of this is just ka-thump. Right, on the bass drum, it's sort of a double stroke on the bass drum, ka-thump. So make sure that you have that technique worked up, the ability to be able to play ka-thump. What's nice about this gesture or this ornament is that it can connect two phrases to one another. So if you feel like you're playing a groove that's maybe a little more repetitive than you'd like, and you just want to carry a little bit more of that momentum and keep it from sounding stale, you can use this ka-thump to connect two ideas together that maybe repeat and feel as though they're dragging on a little bit too long. So let's head over to the drum set and hear ka-thump. So you can see the way that this ka-thump carries the momentum and can connect two phrases and keep the groove sort of going ahead. Let's take a look at ka-thump that does the opposite. This ka-thump kind of brings things to a close, a stop for a second, and creates almost like a stutter effect. And this can be used to break the trance of whatever groove that you're playing. Essentially, this can be used to halt the motion because your ka-thump maybe leading into a break in the music, a very short, maybe like an eighth or a quarter rest in the music. You can go ka-thump, boom, to bring things back together. But just that instant ka-thump and nothing's happening, just for a brief second, can be very effective to create this feeling that the music has come to a stop for just an instant. Let's head over to the drum set and hear what this sounds like. Of course, this ka-thump does not always have to bring the motion to an end. It can be used to bring weight to different syncopated parts in a bass line within the groove. So let's take a look at a couple other examples of this version of ka-thump that don't bring things to a halt, but rather bring weight to a different part of maybe a syncopated bass line within a groove. Henry, come here. Come here, Henry. The next ornament that we're going to be taking a look at here is more of a textural thing. If you take a look at the sticking on this, we've sort of got an inverted Swiss triplet here. Okay, so we get right, left, both. Of course, the Swiss triplet, if we think about it very simply, is both right, left, or really it's a right flam, right, left. On Drumset, when we think of these sorts of rudiments, we just play the hands basically together. What this ornament does is give just a little bit further depth and a little bit more texture into what you're playing. And what's very important with this ornament is to be able to keep the motion, right? The sort of the motor of the accent tap or the shoulder tip hi-hat, be able to keep that going on top of this texture that's going on underneath that gives just a little bit more depth into what you're playing. And of course, on an ornament or a gesture like this, your touch is going to be everything. So be sure that you are truly playing these ghost notes as very soft ghost notes, really almost as soft as you're able to. In most cases will sound a lot better than slamming it out. If you think back to the very opening, the non-grooving drum set example from the very beginning, you can see that this gesture does not work very well if you're slamming all these notes out and have no differentiation in your stick velocity, your touch, your feel when you're playing these ghost notes. They need to be very soft and almost sensed more so than they're heard. The next ornament that we've got sort of carries the weight a little bit differently. It can be used to add a little bit of momentum to a groove that's, again, maybe starting to get a little bit stale, or not even that. Maybe the groove just needs a little bit more of an underlying structure to sort of bring a little bit more of the energy out of the groove and just sort of take it up to that next level. And again, touch is everything. So you need to be making sure that on your ghost note that you're able to get the stick height differentiation by playing that downstroke on your snare drum to make sure that the second stroke isn't coming out too loudly, because it could ruin sort of the idea that you're going for if you're not careful about your stick height and your velocity differentiation on that ghost note compared to your backbeat. The sticking on this, of course, is a left hand Swiss triplet. Okay, so we get left flam, left, right, or you could think both left, right. And let's head over to the drum set and hear how this sounds. The last ornament that we're going to be taking a look at are some papa-da inversions. So a papa-da is sticked right, right, left. Okay, right, right, left, papa-da, 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 papa-da. Pa-pa-da is sort of the sister rudiment to the pa-da-da, right, left, left, pa-da-da, 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 pa-da-da. And this can be used on hi-hat, or whatever cymbal you're keeping time on, to add sort of a high intensity, but still somewhat understated texture to whatever you're playing in your groove. So what we're going to do here is go through a few of these pa-pa-da variations. First, we're going to stick it as right, left, right, pa da pa pa da pa pa da pa pa da pa. Then we're going to stick it as da pa pa, left right right, so it'll go snare hat hat, snare hat hat, da pa pa da pa pa da pa pa da pa pa. And then lastly we'll stick it as the straight ahead pa pa da pa pa da pa pa da pa pa da, right right left right right left right right left right right left, or hat hat snare hat hat snare hat hat snare hat hat snare. For this ornament, this gesture, I'm going to increase the tempo a little bit just so that you can hear sort of the character that this can bring to the table. So let's bump the tempo up a little bit before we play these grooves. And lastly here, let's just head over to the drum set. And I'm going to play with some of these ornaments a little bit so that you can hear what they sound like in context. Again, this will be a little bit faster. So be on the lookout for these and see in what ways that have I sort of shifted these maybe and sort of kicked them up to the next level, or maybe in some cases, such as the left-hand Swiss triplet, where we played backbeat followed by a ghost note. You can see that I'll change that rather than from being a Swiss triplet. The idea stays the same where we get a backbeat and a ghost note, but I'm not playing it as a Swiss triplet sticking anymore. Rather, I've sort of opened it up a little bit more and just let the following note be an 8th note rather than a 16th note behind. So it's no longer Swiss triplet sticking. You could almost think of it as a flam flam sticking, or in drum set, we would just have a both where the left hand is accented on the first one and then a ghost note on the second. So let's head over to the drum set now and see what some of these ornaments sound like in context. All right, I wanted to thank you all so much for watching today. This was just sort of a fun, shorter, quick video to kind of get back into making some drum set educational content. I've been really missing doing that with marching band kicking up and everything, the schools that I'm working with. It's been just marching band, rudimental, drumline, battery, front ensemble, all this stuff for so long. I just wanted to kind of make a quick, fun little drum set video and also kind of dip my toes back into maybe doing some of these funny edit things. So if you've enjoyed this video today, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It really does mean the world to me that there are people out there who are coming back to watch these videos, and my mind is just blown by sort of the growth that this channel has been experiencing over the past year. And to me, it is just a very special thing, and I'm super happy to have the time to be able to do this and to hopefully help out any aspiring musicians, drummers out there who want to play and play well, and were just sort of in the same shoes that I was in when I was first starting out playing drum set. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching, and have a great day.